All right. We've got a few people in already. Here we go. What is going on, everybody? How are we doing today?
What's up?
Fine.
Fantastic.
What's happening?
Oh, not much. Just doing a little streaming. Man, we finally got some nice warm weather out. I'm just got the windows open. It's nice. Pretty decent out. So, good day. Working on some snapshot stuff, getting some stuff going. We got high level updates dropping like crazy. So there we go.
Did they do that API key, Pat?
They opened up the API. They published it and sent me an email and said, "Hey, try this out." So I said, "Man, I'm on it." So I gotta get working on the rest of that app. I've got some code already written, and
Just for the redirects?
yep, 100% auto redirects, baby. So
This
when
is Matt's
you
future.
submit the cards, it should, we're gonna have it updated in the snapshot so that'll actually do all of the updates with the API if you have the Google Place ID, obviously, but it'll do all the updates and redirects for you. So, boom, there we go.
Now, that'll
Also,
happen. Will there be some kind of way that when we look at all the redirects, there's going to be like some sort of organization? Or is it
What do you
still
mean?
going to
Some?
be like spaghetti?
I don't think they have anything for searching and organizing and stuff like that yet.
Okay.
So,
Still be through the Google Sheets, right?
yeah, it still gets dumped to the Google Sheet, and it'll still add the it'll add the redirect and all that stuff if you do it. And we'll have some forms on there. So if you want to update a card, somebody says, "Hey, I need to change this card ID and have it go here instead," or whatever, there'll be a form you could fill it out and it'll update that sort of thing. So
It'll automatically update it?
heck yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So it'll automatically do the
So
updates.
that if we have access to that form and we just have the card ID affiliated with the customer, that's
Yeah,
easy.
that way you won't have to go searching for it and
Yeah.
update it. It'll actually find it, update it, do all that. I'm already planning it all out. So
Cool.
all up here, which is
That's what scares me.
it's pretty empty. Don't worry, it's pretty empty up there. It's just rattling around, just making noise.
You know,
Sounds like a half empty
one
paint
rock
can.
gets in the way of that unicycle behind you. We're
Oh yeah, that's that. Oh come on, that just it just only goes 40 miles an hour. So all right. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh man, we got all kinds of people popping in. So Dan, well, you were talking. So what's up this week? What do you got going on?
little of the same. Was kind of a little bit uneventful just because I was getting some other stuff done. But if you try to sell the cards any which way you want, you will. I had
You make it sound like it's a pain.
I mean,
Oh damn it! I sold some more cards.
well, it's funny because I found like right now, like, physically going out and actually showing them to people is working better than trying to run an ad. Just
Yeah,
because my ads are hit or miss. I'm not really getting anywhere. But everywhere I go, um, people people buy them. So it's a matter of getting out and
yeah,
showing people. And I'm always like, I'm gonna go all these places tomorrow, and then something happens, and I'm like, oh, I only got to three.
yeah. I got stuck inside today because like we had it's weird. Like high level had I don't know if anybody noticed in the groups on like Friday, high level had some major Cloudflare issues. It wasn't Cloudflare; it was high level had some configuration problems, and sites were up and down and up and down and up and down. And so we were freaking out on the pay per call side because we were hemorrhaging ad money. I mean, it was just insane. And high level's like, nope, there's nothing wrong. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at sites not showing up. And then it started happening again on Monday. And so I spent all today spinning up like an alternate emergency server and moving a bunch of like basically mirroring a bunch of web pages that are built on high level over to an emergency server in case we need to switch IPs at some point if they do it again. Even though I told the guys like, listen, they've got the problem fixed. It was, it was like, well, that's don't trust them. So I was like, oh, so that was me all day. So that's what I did. I worked the server. So yay.
Yeah, I don't like the way they were like, there's nothing wrong. It's like
That's and I
I don't
get
get that.
I get that they try to minimize negativity and stuff like that. But when you got 10, 20 people posting like my sites are not coming up, and we're by far not one of the big spenders. I mean, like we spend a ton of money every day on these ads, and I know there's people that spend probably 5 to 10 times more than that. And the fact that they just didn't recognize it, or like at the very least pin a post and go, we're aware of a problem and we're working on it. Yeah, at least acknowledge it. But man, they're just like they were deleting posts and stuff. I actually got Sean on a like a Zoom, and he's like, all right, fine, show me what's going on. So I was like, the pages were all coming up, and he's like, look, if they're all coming up, there's no problem. And then one came up and it was like it wouldn't connect, and he's like, okay, let's get on Zoom. And we got on with the devs, and there were a bunch of other people like yelling at the devs. And they're like, oh, I think we found what the problem was. So they got it fixed. It's just, whoa, man, it's like pulling teeth trying to get them to, acknowledge it. And it's like, man.
Yeah, your ads are burning money, and you have to prove it to them, or they ask you for a ticket number. It's like, come on.
Yeah, what's the ticket? We'll escalate it. Well, no, I don't have time for a ticket, dude. I'm
Yeah.
burning like our burn rate is insane. So yeah, it was crazy. So that was my day. So and yesterday. So Rick, what are you doing?
Just still digesting last night's webinar or whatever the training last night, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you, and I know this is such a basic question for everybody, but could you recommend a specific video or by who to set up the domain and subdomain? Because I've been searching and everybody does something seems like a little different. And then I'm just going.
Who do you have your domain with?
Hello.
GoDaddy, and then
How's
I
it going?
did the name server switch to Cloudflare.
Okay, so if
Pick
everything is being registered off Cloudflare, then you should be able to add, like, just go into HighLevel, go to settings, domains, add the domain. So you just add your subdomain, and it will ask you to authorize Cloudflare. And once you authorize Cloudflare, it will add all the records for you.
Okay, I think I did that. So then when I go to when I post that subdomain into the URL redirect,
Mhm.
how do I know it's working before I send them out?
Well, once you add that domain, you point it to the funnel, and then make sure that the 404 also goes to the main funnel page. So that way, when they scan a card, it goes to it basically scanning the card is going to go to a URL that doesn't exist, right? But
Right.
it's going to go to that domain. So it'll 404, it'll error out and show you the activation page. So then you should just be able to go to the domain that you set up, and it should pull up the activation page.
So technically then should I basically set up the funnel with the domain and then do that, right? Or I don't have to do that?
Get the subdomain for your activation redirector funnel set up.
Right.
Then that's when you want to like fill out the Google sheet and then order your cards and all that stuff. Because once you can test it and make sure it works, then you're good to go.
Okay. Thanks, Pat.
Yep. Dwayne, what's happening?
Yeah, not much. Pass me by. I'll come back to me later. I'm trying to look
Oh.
something up real quick.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, Ramon just dropped off. Let's see. Nathan, what's up? I think Nathan might have been on the phone. All right, we'll go to Ryan. Ryan, what's going on? How's your week?
Oh, things are going good. I'm about halfway through your video on it. I think I got pretty much everything set up. I'm at the point where I just got my cards ready and I think I have everything ready to go to Alibaba. I just got to figure out how to find that person. It's probably in the course on.
Yep, we have a link directly to the vendor, so you should be able to message. I think it's Wing or Max, and I forgot there's one more of them one more of those guys that's on there. But I always end up talking to Wing, and I think Alok ends up talking to Max. But yeah, you just basically just chat him and tell him we sent you, and they'll hook you up.
Perfect.
Cool.
I don't think I have any questions on it. I think I got everything right set up for it. I think I tested the URLs, so they're good on it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the most important thing right now, is get that URL so that it's pointing somewhere. So, and your cards work. So, Cool.
Sounds good. And one question about the I do have a question. When you are so say I go in person on it and I give the card to a chiropractor that I'm looking to bring on,
Mhm.
for them to set up, they don't use that QR code or the tap, right? I have to give them the
No, they can, if they scan the card, if the card hasn't been activated, if they scan it, it goes to that activation page and they put in the code, and then you can, like, until I have, like, I'll have the app hopefully done by the weekend. Fingers crossed, I'll have the app done by the weekend and tested. But we'll right now, you'll just, when they activate the card, you'll get the code and the Google review link and all that. You just go into the redirects, add it, and then poof, you're done. And
all
that's
right, sweet.
that's if
So
you're only halfway through the training, you'll get to that point where we show you how to do it.
all right, awesome.
Yep.
And does that work because if it's not activated, it goes to the 404 error
Yep.
code? I got you now. I understand how that
Yeah,
goes.
kind of a little bit of a hack, but it's a perfect hack, so
Of
works
course,
just
yeah.
fine. So yeah, so cool. All right, let's see, Charles, what's going on, Mr. Charles Higgins?
What's going on?
Not much.
Congratulations on the launch of your program there.
Well, thank you, sir.
Oh, heard a lot of good things about it, so people are enjoying it. So
Well, that's good.
congratulations on that.
Yep. Had
Um,
a heck of a training session last night.
yeah,
Longer than our office hours.
that's good. That's
Mhm.
good. Let's see what's new on my side. Not a whole lot. Brought on another business coach. Did jump in a quick networking call for about 30 minutes today. That was fun.
I was going to ask you about that. What are the best groups or the best calls to get on? Because my brother's been jumping on some of those, and he keeps running into people that are selling candles and stuff with like manifesting your destiny and crystals. And
Unalignable.
he talked to some lady
Yeah.
that said she had software where you put in your name and it'll, and your birthday, and it puts out some kind of a wavelength that aligns your chi and all this. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's totally hit or miss.
He's been 100% miss. So he's batting zero at this point.
Yeah,
He's getting pretty frustrated with it. He's like, I'm just getting on all these crap calls.
yeah. I mean, a lot of times I will jump into the alignable ones when I've got busy work to do, like
Yeah.
no thought process. It's just tedious stuff that I have to do. I'll jump in and I'll be working on stuff while I'm in the Zoom, while I'm in the Smart Connect or whatever. So I'm not really wasting any time doing it. It's just kind of there. I have a conversation. I don't really talk about, I just, if they're of that nature, I just kind of let them talk and I
And
just
then hope for the
keep
next
working.
one.
Yeah. It's whatever. I don't care. But I did meet with one guy. He's probably going to be signing up this week. So I met him on Alignable the
Very
half
nice.
hour I was in there. So he's probably going to be signing up this week.
Cool.
But yeah, other than that, one of my agencies just signed up another client. So it's always good to see those come through. So 'cause
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything; they just sign them up. So
Well, I mean, you're pretty much like king of doing nothing.
yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'm really working on now is with my virtual assistant service. Just keeping a close eye on that because it is a high touch.
Yeah.
So, but we're getting to the point now where even our staff meetings, like our staff meeting this morning, we pretty much had nothing to talk about after about 15 minutes. So, where a month ago we were spending the whole half hour, 45 minutes going over things, just recapping stuff. But no, it's been good. It's going well. So
Cool. Very
and we're
cool.
fixing to start doing some organic marketing for it because we really haven't done anything other than have it on our website.
Yeah.
Telling a few people about it, but that's really been it. We haven't done any advertising or marketing whatsoever for that service. We just been kind of in the soft launch stage for the last 4 or 5 months.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, working out bugs. I mean, we're
Yeah.
still getting clients, so it's like we'll just kind of ride this out, work out bugs, work out little process. Some of the stuff you can't really think of until it comes up, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's go ahead and implement this and get this system going. So,
Right.
But yeah, either next week or the week after, we're going to start running some organic social media copy around it, and probably start doing some blog posts.
You should probably maybe use the HighLevel social media planner.
Probably will.
You won't?
Probably will.
Oh, I was going to say
We use it now.
It's a great feature. I mean, you might
Yeah.
want to look into it.
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know a
I mean,
damn thing about HighLevel.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
mean,
just tell you.
yeah, we're gonna have it. We're gonna like a how to HighLevel course, so you can probably join that if you want. So,
But other than that, doing the coaching calls once a week with Agency Alliance, and that's been fun. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, cool. Ahmed, what's up? You're up next. What's going on, sir?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. How's your week been?
I'm fine. I'm still working on the snapshot from yesterday and ordering and completing the order of the card. I just facing one issue during the setting of the Google API.
Mhm.
And when try to search for the place ID, it's showing like question marks. I will maybe
Oh, okay.
attach a screen. Mhm.
That if the box is showing question marks, that means the domain is still restricted. So you would have to add your domain as accepted inside the API settings. So
Mhm. You
you've
mean
got
the
you got an API, it's live, and it's like initializing on your page, but it's thinking that it's on the wrong domain. So you just have to add whatever domain you're testing it on, or whatever domain you're using. Make sure that is added to uh the restrictions. I'll send you a screen grab, or I'll put a screen grab of how my restrictions look on my settings, so that you can kind of see exactly how to format it.
Yes, this will be extremely helpful.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly what the problem is. We'll get you fixed up.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right. Anything else? You getting your cards ordered?
Yes, sure. I put the order from early
Fantastic.
morning.
Awesome. Awesome. Excited to see you get started with it. Cool.
Sure.
All right. Mr. Jay Turner, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you
Not
guys
much.
doing?
Doing all right.
Another report. I just saw it 4 hours ago. Sean posted a video about multiple GPPs being able to connect to a single sub account.
Yes, that's going to be awesome.
Interesting.
Fantastic. So if you got somebody who's got multiple locations, you can do all kinds of work. I don't know how you charge for that I mean, if you're doing the review responses and posting and stuff like that, I mean, it's yeah, why not? It's upsell the heck out of it.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Kind of like it to where it's kind of, hey, one GPP per account.
Well, yeah, I wonder how you handle the, like conversation AI and messaging and things like that for it.
Yeah, it said in the notes there that it'll tag it, which source it came through.
Right.
Sean talked about.
If you were going to have somebody answer messages and things like that, you would basically have to have a user for each location. Like, let's say if it was like a restaurant franchise and you had 5 locations. If I'm at the one in my city and you're at the one downtown, then you don't want to be answering questions on the, location I'm at. So you have to make sure you can assign somebody to it, or
Right, yeah,
that
per
sort of
phone
thing.
number,
So
probably. It's probably
it,
has to be done
it
right.
could be kind of a mess.
Probably happens on the Google side because there's like an account controller on each one, a manager and stuff like that.
Yeah, but if it's coming into HighLevel though, you would still have the messaging come, you got to figure out how to route the messaging and who gets assigned to it inside HighLevel.
Probably in the automations that would probably take place.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But what if, if you got a place that has like 10, 15 locations, that's a lot of if else.
Yeah.
I know. Well, at least you can copy all actions from this level down
Yep.
now.
Yep. You got that right. So
I
yeah, it's
clone
just,
everything, man. I'm cloning like crazy.
yep, for sure.
Copy paste, man. How much of
Man.
our life do we owe to the copy paste? Huh?
Yep.
And I'm so glad that HighLevel's adopting it all over the platform like they are.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, most platforms, they just don't want to give you this versatility because they don't want to put power in your hands too much because that's not less money in their hands, right? The HighLevel's got a different mentality, and I just love them for it.
For sure. Well, you're on. So what do you got going on this week, Joseph?
Just keep trucking along. I got a lot of organic traffic, and I'm actually like a stay-at-home dad, and I work on the side. And I built a big agency in Santa Clarita, California, and I'm kind of dominating that whole area.
Cool. What's your niche?
Local.
Okay, you just go broad, huh?
Yeah, pretty much broad, and I like sit them down. I cater, like a little bit in the beginning, and then after that, they pay me monthly, and I just don't have any touch time with them
Beautiful
because I
stuff.
set them up so good because they're local.
Yeah. Very nice. So you're not doing any lead gen or any customized stuff like that?
I do it for them, not me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were doing lead gen and websites and all that, or if you just,
Ads, SEO, social market,
okay.
everything pretty much.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll keep you busy.
I got a couple of people here locally, and I just kind of know it all too, and do it all. Weird.
Gotcha.
I'm actually an electrical engineer, and I learned web design on the sideline. And then it just blew up on me, the whole web design agency. That was like 15 years ago during WordPress. Oh, okay.
Oh man, yeah. Gotcha. Cool, very cool. All right. Let's see who else we got. Tosh, what's up? Welcome to the call. First time, I guess. How you been? Are you there? Nope. All right then. What about Stuart? What's up, Stuart? Stuart's not on too.
Hey Pat, sorry, mate.
There is.
Busy looking, stay at home dad, looking after my kid as well. So
hey, there you go. No problem.
Listening in and lurking.
All right. Well, how's your week going then?
Hit a bit of an impasse at the moment. He's doing one agency thing in a specific niche and wasn't going so well, so decided to pivot and change and rip everything up and start again. So I'm just starting that now, and that's kind of frustrating.
What's the niche we need to avoid then?
Well, it was working for golf businesses, golf coaches, indoor golf simulators, driving ranges, those kind of things.
Oh, okay.
The problem I was having was just getting, because it's fairly early days, but just getting traction, and a lot of these places don't necessarily appreciate marketing and things like that. So there's a lot of education involved.
Gotcha.
And so it was, I kind of need money now rather than later.
Man,
put that one on the
that's
back.
all of us.
Yeah, put it on the back burner for a little while, and thankfully came up with another idea that doesn't necessarily involve too much high level, apart from for me selling and outreach and things like that. Mostly based on a ChatGPT built service, which is interesting for my career, which I have a bit more 20 years experience in, which is branding, marketing, design, and brand strategy. So cool. Sticking to my knitting a little bit more, as they say in Sydney here, and I'm going to give that a crack.
Very nice.
Instead.
Very nice.
So, yeah. But I watched your webinar about the Review Genius thing. I was very tempted to buy that, even though I've no need for it, because it looked really good.
Well, good. It sounds like the webinar was good then. So great.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. It looked pretty good.
Well, we're gonna keep updating it and upgrading, and we're gonna probably open it back up after a while. But right now we got our first cohort, and we gotta get everybody taken care of and up and online and knock all the little kinks out. Like I think I've got most of the bugs out, but we'll see, if I missed something. So, but we'll fix it for sure and keep cooking with it. So it's looking good so far.
Yeah, cool. And I've got your what's it called, Easy Wins snapshot as well, which is that's very comprehensive, very good as well. So
well, we're coming out with an
that's
update for that too very soon. So
yeah, that's kind of that was forming the basis of the backbone of my previous golf business, but unfortunately I couldn't get anyone to take it up to try it out properly.
I gotcha.
No enough people anyway. Okay.
Well, cool. Well, sounds like you're moving, getting there.
Yeah, far too much on to actually, concentrate. It's crazy at the moment. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll let you help somebody else. I've taken up enough of your time.
No
Cheers,
problem.
Pat.
All right. Let's see. Juan, what's up, Juan? I haven't been on in a bit, dude.
Just been busy building cool stuff. Just I'm not looking for any help though. Honestly, I'm just here just to chill with the cool peeps. I missed your webinar. That was another reason why I wanted to show up. Like I wasn't able to join the webinar. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, happy to see that everything went well with that. Super duper happy for you. But yeah, I don't need any help with anything. Surprisingly, right?
Glad to
I'm
see
curious.
you're moving along, dude. So what
Yeah,
you,
no,
what
thanks.
you been doing with your agency?
I mean, kicking ass, taking names, just trying to be helpful, trying to be helpful when it comes to solving problems, you know what I mean? We've mostly just been doing more back end stuff initially. And what I mean by that is just more stuff with the CRM and, with the AI and things of that nature. Where yeah, just because like our offer before was more of like a website and just all that kind of stuff, and even though we have like SOPs around everything and all that stuff, like it's just not as honestly, I just like being on the back end better, and I just feel that it gets them a better result when we start with the right stuff. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, hey, we're gonna give you this website and it's gonna do this and that for you, and it's like, how people are, they want everything now.
Yeah.
So it's like now we're coming in with something a little bit more different, so that we can get money in their pocket and then basically go from there. And so like I said, everything's going good. Everything is going good. Obviously, we're not like rich or whatever yet, but like that's not the main goal, right? But I appreciate you asking. But what I did want to ask, two things. Curious to know. And I've been playing with it. I've been playing with it a lot lately. What have you been doing with the AI assistant? So instead of using like the complete chat, what have you been doing with that, Pat?
I've been for now. It's a little bit on the back burner because we've been getting this thing going with the review stuff.
Yeah.
And now that they opened up the API for the redirects, I got to finish up the private app so I can get that done and get that in everybody's hands. But with the assistant, I've just been working on the prompts a little bit and messing with the instructions and the extra files and things like that. So it's
fire.
It doesn't take much of a prompt, and the AI is just, man, it's insane how good
I feel like the responses, basically I feel like the output is different, and I feel like it's better as opposed to just like as opposed to especially, and that's the thing too, like instead of getting into the weeds of like trying to connect this thing and all, it's like I've just been really focusing at getting better at the prompting, because I find that's kind of where it's at, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
And so yeah, no, I was curious to know if you were able to do it. And then I guess the second thing is what updates are you gonna be making to Easy Wins?
I got a whole punch list of stuff I want to do, and then of course High Level keeps coming out with like little like extra updates and stuff like that. So I'm gonna sit down and probably knock it out over a weekend to get it completely
I'm
done.
gonna jump in between. Don't give it all away. Don't give it all away.
I'm not doing. I'm
Don't give it all away.
I'm making the updates that need to be made to the snapshot.
Just those
So
exciting
it's a
parts.
good snapshot.
Hey, good for you, Alec. Good for you. He's just trying to make sure we're not cannibalizing our other offers, is all, right?
We're gonna have a lot of good stuff inside there.
That's because if he brings it up here, High Level will have it out before he does.
Oh no, yeah, seriously,
No.
they got a bug. They got a bug somewhere in Pat's stuff, man. But Pat will build something and then they come out with the thing like not too long after the fact.
Well, I had this whole CRM idea, and then High Level came out with it. So I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying,
What the
you know.
What the heck? Yeah, no, seriously.
Right.
I just came to chill with the peeps and just listen. I know I'm in a little bit late. Did Charles already talk? I always like Charles always got some good stuff.
Charles already gave the update.
All right.
We already missed the
All
Charles
right.
update.
Talking about the update, if anyone knows this, I need to know. The new GMB, multiple GMB, is there a limit on how many accounts per
I think it was
sub-account? Like
4.
how many GMB?
Thought it was 4.
Okay.
that
Yeah, if
seems
anyone
reasonable.
knows that for sure, I'd be interested in knowing.
Not pretty sure it is 4 that I read up on.
Okay, cool.
That could get a little messy.
Well, yeah, you don't want somebody with like, 20,
All right.
30 GMBs.
All right, Pat, you want me to
that'd be
share
nice.
my little update I made on your
Well,
demo
sure.
here? Let me share
Yeah.
my screen here. So this is for
Oh,
clients
I think
that
I
walk
got There we go.
walk
Go
in.
ahead.
So let me where it is here. So this is good for like Dan. You could use this too. So is my screen showing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So basically what I do is just before I'm walking in the door, because I'm starting to go through a lot of businesses myself just to get to know local people. I pull this up first. So basically I have this as a separate directory or screen. So I just call it walk in. So I tap this myself, or I could do it as inside the business. I pull them up. Let's say Bob, let's say Bob's big boy here. I go next. If I know the contact, if I'm talking to them now, I just put their name in and click go. And this is just following your script. No, thanks. I actually pulled up their total reviews and their rating here.
Oh, nice.
So I actually show them there. But what's the key thing that I did that was pretty cool, I was trying to explain to you last week, is now I'm redirecting them to this site.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using where I have it. So basically I'm reloading my custom, what do they call it? Custom. Damn, I forgot the word. Custom prompt. So I'm reloading the card. So I just keep 2 cards with me at all times.
Yep.
And then when I click this card, it automatically goes to that Bob's Big Boy. So
okay. Nice.
If you see it on my screen, it'll
Mhm.
just go to theirs. And the way I did that was, I'll show this, is let me go in here. So it's just reloading this. The card's pointing to the same location every time. And it's just going to this web page here, which is very simple. Just a refresh. So my custom values. So every time I'm updating a custom value and it's changing.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
But I don't have to keep changing cards. I don't have to worry about pre-programming it. It automatically does it. So anytime I run anyone through to the next business, it reprograms that exact same card over and over.
Oh, very cool.
So I could show them going to theirs. And I thought that was really cool.
Very sneaky.
Yep.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And that's it.
Okay, we need to put this on. This is good for walk-ins.
Yeah, it's excellent. It makes it easy so you don't have to change anything. It's your same card. And every time it's a new business.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Very, very clever.
Yep.
Dwayne, is there a way to, because you guys are doing a lot of walk-ins. I want to do direct mail with it. Is there a direct mail application for that?
Well, we'll be able to do the custom links for direct mail if you want. I mean, that would be, so you could time them out. Now that we have access to the custom links. I would do it that way and just time them out in a funnel. But yeah, it's possible.
Not sure I follow you by time amount.
You're going to
Well,
set up a card?
you could delete it automatically. Like say they could have a 30-day trial.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's programmed, and then all of a sudden 30 days later, if they didn't pay you or didn't upgrade, you could turn it off. Where this one turns off as soon as you update that custom value, it's already gone.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's already on a new account. So you wouldn't want to do it this way. This is just good for only having 2 cards in your hand and doing a quick, I could pull it up on anyone's phone and program that card I'm holding in my wallet to their business.
Right. Yeah.
And then
very flexible.
And then just send them to, I actually added a menu on it and see if you guys seen that at the top. I'll share if you guys want to see that too.
Yeah, I saw it, but
Wait, I have a question. Is it not caching the same sub account onto your phone?
It is. So I actually just go up to the 3 dots and I remove cache after every one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yes, it does save it, but this way I could pull it up. Because a lot of times if I found out when I'm going into them, they're not logged into their Google yet. So it's easier showing them on my phone that they don't have to be like, oh, now I got to log in. Oh, I don't have an account. It just pops up instantly.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do the demo on my phone than do it on their phone. But if they want to see it on their phone, obviously,
you can give them the card and go, here, see, like you have me tap this because I'm your customer.
Correct.
And then they're holding the card and tapping it. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So there you go. I re-scrubbed it. So I put a little menu link at the top, rating to buy the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the demo page and then before and after.
Cool.
But you did a great job on the snapshot. So really nice.
Yeah, I'm going to see how I'm going to dive into how you did the little dynamic instant deal there a little bit more. And
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Awesome.
See, this is why like it's valuable to show up to these from time to time. Learn new stuff here. Seriously, learn new stuff. I learn new stuff here at least.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see who else we got left. Let's see, Tom. Tom hasn't checked in here. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, good to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So I found the Facebook group and then had joined the session that you guys did the other night with the Review Genius, and congrats on that. I think it's definitely a really awesome system you put together. Incredibly impressed with what you guys had, and so I thought it was really neat. But yeah, I found the Facebook group, the HighLevel software plugins and API development, because I actually built an app for HighLevel and launched it in the marketplace. So
what's the app? What does it do?
Well, it's interesting because I think it was following along with what you guys are doing. I think it's definitely a pretty interesting app in that terms, but it's called Map Leads. And so basically we're pulling leads off of Google Maps, able to actually really quickly, easily figure out reputation management, do some filtering and sorting, find some contacts, push them all into the CRM system, all enriched and that sort of thing. So you can put them right into workflows and stuff. And then another thing, Pat, I think you'll appreciate this. I can just kind of hear all the things you're working on. Well, I don't know you a ton, but I can hear you working with AI and GPT and all that stuff. I ended up building a system that will allow you to find, for example, businesses without a website.
Yeah.
And with a click of a button, it'll go ahead and build that website for them.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. And then so you can build a website for a business like in a minute kind of thing. But that's what it is. And so it's, I've launched it into the App Store, and that's it. That's me. Not an agency owner. Funny enough.
Okay. Yeah. You're a nerd that likes to fidget like me. I just build stuff all the time.
What's the name of the app?
Yeah.
Are you
drop a link in the chat?
Yeah, drop a link, man.
Oh, hold on. Is there an affiliate link? Drop our affiliate link, man. To become an affiliate. I'm just kidding. Hey,
maybe there's some synergy there. Honestly, looking at what you guys built and I was like,
I'm happy to look into, man.
Yeah. No, I think there could be some synergy there. And if nothing else, I'm just glad to be hanging out with some people that also share the same passion for this stuff, right? I just watching what you guys built. I was really, really impressed with the reputation management thing. I think you guys just did a phenomenal job with that. And building things. I know what it takes to build what you guys built. So I can only imagine how much work went into it. And so congrats on that.
Thank you.
But just 7 months of work, that's all.
Well, yeah. Right. Like not all 7 months. It just took that long to get it done. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you're pointing at that.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, drop that link in there, and yeah,
Drop that
in
link,
there.
man. It's fine. I would appreciate an affiliate, but hey, I love this group. Drop the link. Drop it
Yeah,
on the Zoom, not on the Facebook.
Yeah, no, it looks like that happened, but
Yep.
so-
Mapleads.io.
Charles, thanks, Charles.
Yep. Yeah, nice looking site. Well built. So for sure, yeah, very cool.
The first link
But yeah,
is
let's
to
connect, man.
his.
I would like to know. Let's connect. I'm in a meeting now, but send me a DM, find me on group, and yeah, would love to know more.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I think it would actually merge well with our review system for getting leads, for sure.
I almost bought your review system when I saw it because I had the same thought, and I thought maybe I do want to do an agency, and then I thought I have no time for an agency right now. So that's how far it went. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. This looks good. Looks really cool.
Do y'all have an affiliate program? I don't see one on your site.
We need to put one together. We'll get one. We'll get one built.
Well, we do have affiliate programs built out. Hit us up, one of us, and we'll add you. I don't know who's speaking. Sorry, I'm driving. So, just send us a DM, and yeah, we'll add you to the program.
What about you, Tom?
We suck at selling our own stuff. That's the problem. So
I actually disagree
haven't
with that.
built
I've seen you
anything
guys'
that's
ads all over the place recently.
our ads.
Well, I've seen
That's
Pat's
weird.
face
For
all
the-
over
the
all
town-
over
Oh,
the
but
place.
yeah,
That's
recently.
that's me. That's me selling my own cards. So yeah.
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 Just the Facebook algo doing its thing. Keeping
Yep.
Yeah.
Showing it to all the high level people first. Then eventually I'll sell it. It'll start showing up for regular businesses. So
Yeah. Well, good job.
I need to
I
exclude.
thought your ad was good.
Thank you. I need to. Yeah, it's in my targeting. I probably need to exclude people that like high levels, so it actually gets to real business owners.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, it probably would be good to exclude that. So yeah.
I do have a quick question for Tom. One thing that I've been talking with the committee about is, and my question is, your support docs, are they by chance GitHub repository or Gitbook? You're on mute.
Yeah, no worries. That was a question for me.
Yep.
All of my support docs I just manually create inside the app.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm trying to, one thing I'd been talking with the development team and the board, whatever it's called, whatever they're calling that committee, but was trying to get all the developers into either GitHub or Gitbook as far as support docs so that they could be syndicated into a centralized knowledge base. So like if I install your app, I can then sync that knowledge base into my knowledge base if I'm running it off of, like ChatHQ, we run their widget, and so they just built out a knowledge base tool, and they're going to have that feature to where you can pull in GitHub, Gitbook, other feeds. So just figured I'd ask since you were here. So it's something I brought up in the town halls for developers, but so.
Charles, are you an agency owner or an app developer?
Agency owner.
Oh, okay.
I'm pure SaaS. So that's why
Pure
it's
SaaS.
super interesting to me to be like, okay, we've got this convoluted way of delivering, and it's not you guys, it's the marketplace in itself. It's kind of the convoluted way of delivering support to end users. And so it's like, how could we make this simpler without creating 10 times the work for the actual developer? Well, they're probably already using GitHub or Gitbook for something, or some kind of repository that's similar, that uses general markup language that can easily be imported into a centralized knowledge base.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, reach out to Sergio. He's trying to get people together. So,
Yeah, him once or twice. I'm actually looking forward to reconnecting with him too. He's a beast. Just watching all the stuff he's putting together and how much it contributes to the community and stuff. So
it's crazy. I told him he was on a suicide mission by putting himself first in that leaderboard there. I was like, you're gonna have everybody and their mother reaching out to you. But for everyone else, I did put the first link, the Go High Level link, that is straight to his app in the app marketplace. So
nice.
Should take you straight to his app.
What's your pricing on that?
yeah, no problem. Pat, are you okay if I'm talking about this stuff? I didn't mean to like infiltrate.
Oh yeah, no, this is I mean, it's good stuff. I mean, it's a good way for like with people that want to do the rep management and stuff like that, like being able to scrape Google Maps and pull those people in is for sure one of the better ways to go for lead gen. So
yeah, well that's actually
Hey, let's do this, Tom. Let's do this. Can you do a demo, a quick one?
a demo. Yeah, I would love that if you guys are open to it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just do that. Yeah, go for it.
And
Yeah,
also,
give me-
what's your pricing on that, Tom?
Yeah, so there's sorry, give me a half second. I'm going to answer that. But basically, there's credit-based system for it, and so sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the app here. I wasn't 100% prepared for this. So give me 1 second. I'm going to answer all those questions.
So when somebody actually loads up your app, they don't need a Google API key. You're using your own array of keys, right? Probably.
Oh yeah, I'm doing all of it. So it's so here's where I guess let me give you a back up a half a second. So I've been in software sales for just a really long time. I actually been selling software. I live up in the Bay Area. I worked for a lot of venture-backed startups. I've launched probably 4 of them now.
Okay, yeah.
And the thing about that is like through that process, you have absolutely 0 resources. So I've just learned how to build a bunch of things along the way and how to like stand up all my own teams for them to be able to do prospecting. But a lot of what we used to sell was never really local businesses. And anytime I tried to find coverage on local businesses and all of your premium data sources like your Zoom Info, Seamless, Apollo, whatever it is that you're familiar with, I have access to all of them. The coverage on local business is awful. And so the best place for coverage, honestly, is just Google Maps.
Yep.
So probably everybody in this call, you guys all seem pretty savvy and stuff, can scrape Google Maps, put it into spreadsheets and whatever you have to do. And that's fine if you're up for doing that. But as soon as you try to have either a team in your own agency or you try to, have like a sub account that you're selling the SaaS platform for, now all of a sudden enabling that and training people how to do that is a nightmare. And so what I thought is like, hey, look, I've done a lot of this all on my own. And then I started to learn how to develop, I think, just through osmosis by being at these companies and having to come up with all my own resources. And I found HighLevel about 2 years ago and just fell in love with it, right? I've been in Salesforce, HubSpot, all those tools all the time. And I just thought that everything they were doing was just really incredible. And I kind of was tracking them and following along, and I saw the marketplace starting to take shape. And I thought, hey, I'd love to build an app for the marketplace. What could I build? And just with the experience I have and doing all the prospecting and everything else, that's how I ended up kind of coming together with this thing. And then the second part of it is, the pricing. Sorry, I'll go back to that. I'll answer that right up front. Normally, I kind of like answer that along the way, but it's $99 a month, and that gets you 1,000 search credits. And then if you wanted to do a site build I didn't tell you this part, but it also mails out a postcard. So not only will we build the website, but you can send a postcard. It'll custom print a 6x9 glossy postcard, send it out in the mail so that the business owner gets their picture of their new website that you just built for them on a postcard.
Nice.
With like a QR code and all that stuff. You can do some triggers and automations, and so anyway, so those credits are a postcard fully mailed with the site built is $2. And that'll be just to give you an idea as far as the pricing goes. The other part of the pricing, which if we have time, I'm happy to show you, but I built this thing with the agency owner in mind. So what I mean by that is you can set up multiple users and multiple sub accounts, and then you can basically have them use your credit pool. So if you have 1,000 credits and you want to sell them a bespoke plan for 1,000 credits and you sell that 3 times, like you can absolutely do that, and then you'll only pay for the credits that actually get used. And if they don't use them, then you can kind of keep the margin on that. So it's just a really easy way for you to be able to, set this up, with the agency owner in mind and being able to kind of manage all of those things. But if we still have a minute, I'd be happy to like turn on and show you, what it is and what it looks like.
Quick question about your pricing. Do you have plans of rolling? So right now you have it as an agency install. Do you have plans of offering it in the future as a sub account install and rebilling?
It's kind of, if I can show you that. So it actually, there's an
Your
app for
staff.
both.
No. Through the marketplace.
Mhm.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm a
the
lazy
app setup is
I'm a
re-
lazy SOB. I do not want
Yep.
to do anything on
I
my
already,
side.
I see exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he's already trying to do.
I can
Your staff, Mr.
eventually.
Staff.
You don't understand, Tom. Charles is exhausted just sitting here on this call.
You know what? That's the exact person I would try.
Charles is brilliant. No,
Lazy
he's
people
brilliant.
find the way to get the most done somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I'm with
All
you.
up here.
The way it's not set up that way yet, Charles. And honestly, it's
Okay.
because when I first started building this, they didn't have it.
No, I trust me. I've been on the whole marketplace journey right alongside you. I'm just not on the developer side. I know enough to get myself in trouble. But I totally get it. Trust me. And I've had my fair share of shouting matches with the development team at HighLevel in regards to the marketplace. So
It's been an interesting journey, to say the least.
Yeah.
And it's come a long way, right? I think that there'll be more things that happen, but yeah. So I mean, just a quick demo. It's think of Google Maps. You could type in, whatever you wanted, right? So plumber, whatever type of business you're looking for, and then whatever city. And then it's as simple as that, and then the state. And then one of the things I have built in here is if you want to skip the first page, if you're doing SEO work, you can skip the first page, and then you just go ahead and hit search. It goes out to Google, pulls all the
Find where
results
you're
back.
hiding bodies on second page.
Yeah. So, that's a lot of, it actually goes both ways. I had somebody that only wanted first page results, and then I had people that wanted to skip the first page and stuff. So I keep adding to it every time I talk to another customer. I think that's how things work. And then, but yeah, I mean, you can load 20 more. I go up to 6 pages back right now. But the nice part about this is when you start doing that, you can really quickly and easily see some information about the business. So now we've got 40 loaded. It's on 2 pages. But if you wanted to sell to people who haven't claimed the GMB profile, we can filter down for it. In this particular data set, out of those 40 results, everybody's claimed their GMB. So that was a bad example. Maybe they don't have a website. Here's the 2 businesses that don't have a website. But if you're doing reputation management, I don't know, say below a 4.0. All right, so I only have 1 in this data set. Where you're going to find those are like 2, 3, 4 pages back, potentially, or actually it just depends on the business. Like CPAs are pretty awful too. Like they don't really do much with reputation management. But also, maybe we want to say they've only got, 15, total results or something like that. And it would filter down, a minimum of 15. So if I said they have no more than 15 results, yeah, this is like we're in Phoenix with plumbers. So I imagine the first 2 pages of Phoenix and plumbers are pretty good. But that's how you start to filter down, through the data. And then when we click on one of these, we're going to go grab a screenshot of the actual business itself. And if they have a website, we can try to find email addresses for them. I may find one, I may find none. So here's 2 email addresses. This is a picture of their business. We can send that business directly to CRM. We can send a contact to the CRM. We got all their social media profiles and their Google business listing right here. We've got their phone number. If I click on that little G, it'll Google their phone number. And if I don't like this business, and I look at it and I said, you know what, this one's not for me, I can just hide it. And the reason why I do that is because I've done a lot of prospecting. I get interrupted. I do it where I can. And I like to come back to it when I can. So now, because I hid that business, I can say, show me everything that's not hidden. And you'll see the 40 goes to 39, which means I have 39 left in this list to work. So it just makes it really easy for me to, kind of keep track of where I was, if I've enriched them or not. So these are all the different types of filters that you can, kind of put on that. There's like 2 other parts I'll show you. The bulk campaign. This is like pretty straightforward, but it's, same kind of, I'll just put in because it doesn't really matter. I'm going to delete it. But this just gives me the ability to do that exact same thing, but do it across multiple locations. So now if we have tags inside of the CRM system, it's going to pull those in and you can put them in at the highest level. We tell you what type of business, we're looking for. So again, plumbers, just real quick. And I just pre-filter them. So if I'm looking for reputation management, maybe I want everything with, 3.5 or below. We'll say that they have a GMB and they have a website, and then we hit save and add locations. And I'm just going to put in random letters here just to show you. We can do location tags. And then what ends up happening is we could add up to 3 locations, and then we can tell them to find emails or don't find emails, and then kind of, start that campaign. Anytime I've done this before in the past, if I actually loaded up all 3 locations and told to find me email addresses, you're going to get about 1,300 contacts in your CRM in about 20 minutes. So you gotta kind of pay attention to what you're doing on that. So I'm going to delete that campaign so I don't rip off a bunch of data. And I'm trying to go quick here, but
Do you have an option to filter out role emails?
By role, you mean like owner or something?
Like info, accounting, legal, all the standard, role based emails.
No, I don't. I think that'd be a good thing to add, though. I can see the value in that. The way I think about it is those are the email accounts that people are probably actually watching.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're getting business. It's what they've put out there in the world. So I tend to not to filter those out. But if somebody had a use case to filter those out, we absolutely could. I would have to build that in, but I could definitely do it. Yeah, if it was helpful. But yeah, so basically, when we have a search done or whatever, right? This was on 20 businesses. What I found is about 10% of people that actually don't have a website. And I'm sure everybody's seen right now, Google business websites are going away.
Yep.
This will find all those ones that go away. And so if you have somebody that, doesn't have a site, then we can very quickly, easy click build on a site. You can load up whatever templates you want. These are all ones that you build with dynamic tags. And then it just basically populates all those dynamic tags. So we're in plumbers. I'll pick plumber and tell it to go build the website. It takes about a minute. So instead of waiting making us wait for a minute, I'll show you one. And this is going to load up here in just a second.
Is it building it in a location or what? Where is it building it?
No, it's not building it in a location. This is actually a HighLevel template that I added tags to.
Right.
So it's a dynamic site actually. So if I wanted to, so this dial flow is just a garbage domain that I've had forever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch, if I take off the Y, it doesn't know what site to build anymore, and it's just going to load a blank page. But if I put the Y back on, it knows that that's the site to go build. So the only thing you have to do is, actually you don't have to do anything. That it just builds it automatically. I've done all that on the back end and handled all of that.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, and then the final sort of piece of it all is, once the site's built, then you can send it a postcard. There would be a little send postcard here thing. And then that goes out in the mail automatically. And so this is what the postcard looks like. We basically take the header section of the website that we just built and then put that on the front page. And on the back page, we have a message that, you can put out there. So imagine your Good Plumbing Services and you get this 6x9 postcard in the mail and it says Good Plumbing Services and your phone number is on it and it talks about your business. Mm-hmm. Right. And then on the back, it says, hey, I couldn't find your website. And I put a screen, an image of the whole thing so that you can tell, right, that there's something there, but you can't probably really read it, then we could trigger things off that QR code. And then the whole thing goes out in the mail, for them. And this is like the website, right? We figure out services that they're good at. We find, real customer quotes, put those on there, drop a little bit of information here, put on real customer reviews that they've had, build them out an FAQ section, put their business on a map and just build them a single page.
Really good. This is really good. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm
So can we load our own templates?
Yeah. So here's how that works. That's always the next question. And unfortunately, when I'm running Zoom, HighLevel, I don't know if anybody's familiar with this problem, runs incredibly slow.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so here's a roofing template that I built. And this is it. You have one website in your account. And then off of that website, what that ends up, and it could be a funnel or a website, it doesn't matter. But this is all you have to do. There's 30 tags that you populate for the system. And as long as you populate those tags, I'll fill the content, for you based off of that business. So eventually this thing's going to load. When it does, you'll see, and you'll probably recognize, right? This is the same way you'd use dynamic tags in the system already, but these are tags that are custom that I've built that they'll read as long as you have these tags in there. But you can style them however you want, right? You can, and it just follows the same format. And the thing is I actually don't know if you would just sell this website straight up the way it is. You could if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's like a place to start conversations. I have dabbled with building websites, and imagine you're building a website for a plumber who's got this idea of what they want for a website. Then they tell you go tell your dev, the dev puts it into code. The browser has to render it. And when all that's done is when the scope creep kicks in and they start saying, well, I like this, but I don't like that.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So instead, it goes the other way now. Hey, I built your website. Do you like it? What don't you like? And if we want to add a couple pages, all those things, you want to add chat bots, all that stuff, you absolutely can. And that becomes the trailhead for you to, kind of start customer services, or whatever with people.
Cool.
Very cool stuff.
Good job,
Very
Tom.
cool.
Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, $2 a hit for a postcard, a website, and the data is
Yeah, that's great.
pretty like stupid cheap. You can't even like send out cards is almost like send out cards and
Yeah,
all the other
handwritten.
handwritten.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
they're all $1.50 to $2
Great
for the
job.
postcard.
Yeah, the postcards are, I mean, that's pretty much straight up cost on those, but I thought it made sense to just try to, yeah, like that part's easy enough.
So how's the billing work for that? Is it just every time I bill out a postcard, it's $2, or is it credits per month?
Yeah. So the credits, so again, the system is $99. That gets you 1,000 search credits every month. And a search credit is like when we pull business off Google Maps, because that's when I'm paying for it.
Okay.
Right. So, but when you go to the site builder, I have this configured in a way where I can absorb the cost on the data if you were just doing searches. So there's two types of data sources you can do up here, which is like a little bit weird right now. And I'll probably tie all this in at some point because it was sort of stacked on top of each other as I built the product. But if you've done searches and the searches that you've done, I can tell don't have a website, then I'll serve those up for you. So this is the one that we actually just built. So you can use that data that you paid for in the searches, but usually that data is used in other areas as well. Let's just say the only thing you were doing is just trying to find businesses that don't have websites. If you click here and do the search from this screen, the only thing it's going to return back is businesses that don't have websites, and I'm able to absorb the cost of that data a lot easier in that particular format. So I know I'm explaining a lot, but basically the way that this is set up today is like, yeah, you can use the search data for other things. And if you want to just send postcards, I gave you a way of doing that in a way that will find businesses that don't have websites. And these types of searches won't cost you anything. But the only place you can use this search is by sending a postcard.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So I'm still a little lost in the weeds. So it's am I using the credits every time I do a postcard, or is it
Not from the screen.
Here's the credits you are using. They're up top. You would a site builder credit, which I did separately. I got a guy in South Africa using the system, and he was like, "There's no way postcards will work," which is true because postcards outside the U.S. and Canada become incredibly expensive and stuff. What he's got somebody doing is just pulling these lists, cold calling, and then as he gets them on the phone, builds the site on the fly and then sends them the link. So you could build a site separately, and that's why I separated out the credits.
okay?
And then you could do the only way you can send a postcard is if you've built a website. So this credit's $1 and this credit's $1 is the way I separated them out. Originally, I just had it $2 all in, and then I had to separate it out, and I wanted round numbers, so I just split and divided.
So essentially, I'm getting 500 credits per month per each one.
So the credits that you get initially,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The $99 a month covers 1,000 search credits. It also gives you this thing called agency mode, which gives you the ability to sort of like resell and all that stuff, which I didn't talk about. But that's why you pay the $99
I'm not
a month.
even worried about that part.
So
Yeah.
let me just jump in. If I build one website, build one postcard, I get billed $2.
Yeah, and there's
Right then and there,
$99
though.
monthly fee, and then $2 a card would be what it is. But
So there'd be a bunch of
But my
$2
credit card
incremental
would-
charges if I sent out them over a couple days.
No, there's like I do them in a minimum of like $100 and you just burn them down.
Okay.
Okay, that was
Or
what I
100
was trying to
credits,
get out.
yes.
Than's Dan.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I'm sorry. I'm happy to. I know I've
all
kind of-
over the place. For hey, how much is a postcard?
Where are the cards shipped
I know.
from?
I'm sorry about that.
Where are the cards shipped from?
I believe that they come out of Utah.
And what's the turnaround time on those?
They land. So I was sending stuff to the East Coast and it lands in about 7 days. It's got to get to the printer, get printed, then get shipped. And there's tracking on all of it. So you can see like when they actually land too.
Is that in your dashboard
get-
here, or do you have to go out to the printer for that data?
No. It's all handled internally. So I can show you, because mine's a demo account, every postcard I send, I don't actually send. It just looks like I sent it. But when you actually send it, inside of here, there's tracking. So if you go to the sent postcards, and then you'll be able to see like, here's all the statuses of the sent postcard. They received it, they're making it, they've handed it over, it's in transit, it's at the local delivery, it's been delivered. And if there's ever anything wrong with it, you'll know. And then all of these statuses would update. The reason why mine aren't there is because mine aren't actually being sent.
Let me
And
ask
then when
you,
they scan the QR code, you get notified.
I haven't set that up yet, but here's where I'm going with that.
Okay.
So the QR code, I'm going to create a QR code trigger. I haven't quite got there yet. But also in HighLevel, when you get that trigger, right, if you're familiar with the workflows and stuff, imagine you sent this postcard to a plumber, they scan the QR code, and that's how they landed on the page. That creates a trigger, and then it calls you as the agency owner, and it says connecting you to Joe's Plumbing, and it rings. Right? Yeah. So then it says like, hey, I just, Joe, this is Jenna. I built your website. Did you get it? And they're like, it's a just-in-time cold call, is what that is.
Right.
Super creepy.
That's
I haven't built it yet.
not the just-in-time webinar. The
all the parts to
just-in-time
build it are
cold
there.
And
all
you
the
said
parts are there.
the QR code that's on the postcard goes to the wireframe that you built?
Yeah, that goes directly to, if you were to scan this QR code right now, it would load this page.
Okay.
Because I think that's the same one. But yeah.
One question. And for the postcards, do you only have it for websites, or can we customize it for something different?
I'm going to eventually have it be customizable for other things. And actually, I'd heard earlier in the call, you guys were talking about potentially doing postcards for, somebody had mentioned it, for just the reputation management.
Yeah.
But again, the platform that they built in reputation management, I'm not kidding, I was really impressed with what you guys built. And I just thought it was a really well done platform. And I can see something like that being some synergies there. But yeah, if you want to do like postcards for reputation management, like I could spin that up. Then what would happen is, we could do something very simple where, once it's on that business page and you're looking at the business and we've sorted it down for reputation management, then you look at it and you say, I like this one, send that postcard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like doing a reputation management funnel, sending them the 3 steps of that funnel onto the postcard would be golden.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm curious on those tags that you used on the template. Tell me about those tags.
The tags I used on the template. Sure. Where did you see that again?
Yeah, where you had the template, the raw template, and you were showing the header and all that stuff, and it wasn't like a normal custom value, but it's just a tag.
Yeah, those are all custom made. So that's inside of the app itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how
that pushes to our agency sub account.
You can use WordPress, you can use a Go HighLevel website. It actually works with any website. But HighLevel's got 1,000 templates. If you did nothing more than add the tags to those templates and structure it in that way.
Yeah.
Like you've got, you know what I mean? It's like, but I think the better you build these sites, right, the higher conversions you're going to have. But those tags will work in any website builder.
So you're iframing the site inside of your software to pull the tag data in.
It's a little bit more than that, but that's
yeah.
Yeah.
Simple, yeah, okay.
It's actually a lot more than I can't tell you how many times.
That goes back to like something that Sergio and I were working on, and I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, if you could do this for people that didn't have a website, the other part, what I was working on with Sergio was doing on-the-fly demonstrations of the chat widget on any website by using JavaScript to pull the website in and mock over the interactive chat widget on their actual site. And if it was blocking it for whatever reason, it would take a screenshot, and so it'd just be a static page. But I'm like, okay, if you wanted to bolt that on to this, because I'm thinking, man, for all those places that don't look, we can get you a website. We can also get you this where someone can schedule an appointment, or they can chat with you, or you can have the video, welcome video, like all this different stuff. I don't know, just because that was the problem that we kept running into, is that if they don't have a website, where the hell do we push them to?
The chat widget?
Yeah, because there's nothing to put the chat widget on if they don't have a website.
Oh, I see. I'd be happy to workshop that with you or try to help you out if it's helpful. But I think there's definitely things I would think about there. But I hear what you're saying.
It's a sweet program.
Yeah. Pat, thanks for allowing me to kind of hop in here. I really
this is good stuff. This is what office hours is for.
Yeah, no,
we'll have to have you in the in the group to show everybody at some point as well. So
yeah,
do
I'd be happy to.
another deep dive on
But
that. So.
yeah, I think as I say, Alec. Oh, anyway, he sent the chat over. I would definitely love to connect with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Awesome.
Be careful. HighLevel may come develop that.
Yeah, HighLevel's going to build that. They're going to be like, hey, here's our prospecting tool with maps.
Yeah, so the funny thing is when I first started building this, they launched, I talked to Sean at Level Up while I was down there in October, and I said, are you guys going to move into sub accounts? He's like, I don't know. I think, well, actually, I've seen evidence that they're going to, but they're
going to.
doing a,
Yeah, that's on the roadmap.
It's the standard answer. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was a funny conversation because I was like, look, man, I'm putting a lot of work into this thing. So either I keep going or I stop, like you tell me. But no, it was a really good conversation, and I see what they're doing, and they're definitely like there's some overlap for sure, but I think what they're doing is a little bit more around like the SEO piece, and I think they're doing it where it's a little bit more thoughtful. I've got a little bit more things running at scale, but I mean it doesn't mean that they can't come into my lane and take it. Like it could happen. It would be unfortunate if it did. I think that other people have shared that same story.
Charles, I just to end that it's probably going to happen. So there's two big players in the do-it-yourself ad space right now, UpX and Play. And I don't know if you picked it up on today's call, but when Puma was going over the wireframes for what was it? Something in marketing, and at the top of it there was ad publishing.
Yeah, Sam told me from UpX that it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are going in that space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in Q2 or Q3 that it's coming out in the prospecting reports for
like,
sub
you know what?
accounts.
Third quarter, fourth quarter, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we got tired of giving away Teslas. We're making our own."
Yeah, it's part of it. But listen, if that happens, we'll figure something else out. We'll make something else that's kind of fun. It's part of the building journey. But also,
Yeah,
I think there's a lot. I think that there's still room there for everybody to sort of be at the table and just there's a lot of people in the system and the environments.
The thing is, I mean, this is the thing though. It's like even like not everybody's gonna know how to. Everybody doesn't know how to do everything that we know how to do. So that's the thing is that even if Go High Level does come and build a thing, like we're still going to be ahead of most local business owners, other types of online business owners, and we can just use their platform. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like it's ultimately it'll be less work for us. Agree?
Yeah.
And
and more money.
Postcards that you have on there are slick.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, I think if you can build out like a reputation management section within that as well. And like
hey. Tone
what?
that down.
What?
Let's tone that down now.
No, I think it's genius. Like so there's like a website portion and then a reputation management section. And then maybe you can even do like the chat widgets. So I think there's many things you could get into to like mock up, build, and like maybe partner with a couple people to be like, hey, we're doing a mock up of your great looking chat widget.
Here's going to be the big thing for developers like Tom is once they get the marketplace halfway usable for agencies, it's going to be super important to try to leverage that as much as possible and get money generating through that marketplace way more than it is. There's already a lot of money going through the marketplace. There's still a lot of people that are waiting to get paid from the marketplace, but there's money being transacted through the marketplace. But even if some of the stuff like what Tom's doing, what I see is that even if HighLevel went down that route with what they have now on the agency side, it doesn't mean that Tom's out of the woods. Like he's
right because he's doing something special with the postcards.
Well, he's more even if he if they were doing that doesn't matter. What matters is that he is nimble. HighLevel is not.
Right.
So I know I can go to Tom and say, look, we've got this many accounts signed up that are using your platform. I've got 2 other agencies that I know we're all looking for this feature. He's like, yeah, I can knock that out in the next couple weeks or in my next sprint. Not a big deal. Where you try to do that with HighLevel, they're like, yeah, put it on the ideas board. And unless it's like stupid common sense, and then they're like, oh yeah, we probably need to look at that. if enough people squeak that wheel. But that's the beauty to me about the marketplace, is that these developers have a way of getting in, and they can create a very nimble product that they can change on the fly to smaller demands and not worry about the huge, oh, we got to please X amount of number of people like HighLevel does. They have to keep a much bigger picture in mind, where smaller app developers can say, well, no, hey, if I've got 1,000 customers and you guys want it, have at it. I'll build it, or I'll build another app that goes along with it.
There's two things as a developer that I'm super excited about. So like, let's just say they came into my lane and took away map leads. Well, that would be sad for me for a lot of reasons. But the things that I think also the opportunities of HighLevel and on the forefront is, so if you're familiar with Salesforce, they do have custom objects. And like, this is a massive limitation of HighLevel, at some point. But I think for the space to run and things like that's fine. But as a CRM platform and system, like that's like table stakes. That they need to get it. They've been talking about it for a while. So once you get into the point of having custom objects, then at that point, as we build things with custom objects, it's going to be probably less likely that they're going to really. There's going to be more opportunity to build really unique things and unique software within their software. The second thing, though, that they had talked about at Level Up, when they were saying developers, it was like a sidebar, it felt like, and they like a passing thought maybe, but this is what I heard them say. And if they end up going this direction, it's going to be incredible, which was they said that they're going to open up all the APIs that they use internally. So their whole system is built mostly on APIs, right? Like, you don't have access to all of the APIs that they do and that they're using. So, and they've been opening up a ton more. And if they continue to do that, you could kind of put your own user interface on top of HighLevel's backend systems, and be completely separate from HighLevel, but maybe only use like their calendar function or other things where you can sort of tap into the technology that they already have. So
well,
it's
and you're watching them
ways.
detach things, like they keep detaching things from other objects. So like they're disconnecting opportunities from contacts. And so as you watch this, I mean, I've been seeing the same thing. I'm like, custom objects that keep disconnecting stuff. The API keeps getting more exposed, and it's like, this could be interesting.
Like the box of Legos is getting, more, more like accessible, I guess. I don't know how else to say that, but I think it goes both ways, right? Like they could build, what I'm building directly into their product, and if they open their product, give me opportunities to build other things, and we just kind of keep going. So, but now it's been a lot of fun. It's been a very exciting journey with the marketplace, and it evolves constantly, which is kind of the challenge. But I mean, it's kind of the way HighLevel works. So,
and think about this: any clients you get now are probably going to stick with you in the future because they already know your system, even though their HighLevel has a duplicate version and it's a skateboard. Yours is way more advanced when they produce their skateboard.
Yeah, and like Charles was saying, we can also get a little bit more bespoke with it. Meaning like we can kind of, and especially when you start to get into custom objects and things like that, you can build more purposeful things, right? I think people a lot of times, I mean, you probably experience it with like your own clients and stuff. It's like they don't actually want a CRM system, right? They don't even necessarily want a lead. They just want a customer, right? Like, if you can cut out all that stuff.
And they don't care how they get it.
No, they don't. Yeah. And actually, at the end of the day, they don't even want a customer. They just want the money, right? Probably.
They just want the money.
Right? At the end of the day. So it's like, how many of those things can we just cut out for people? And that's where it's like, I was trying to, make it simple. This is how I thought about when I was trying to build the product itself too, is I think there's a world of people that love using the CRM and dig into it and that sort of thing. But I think a lot of your local business owners who we all serve, right? They want to put a roof on a house because they're a roofer. They want to, they don't want to be messing around with technology, even if you gave them the best thing. And so that's where you get the done for you type services. But, I think a lot of people do just sort of want to get to the end result and save time and that sort of thing. And so that's how I like to approach things, as I think about them, because I'm the builder, I'm the tinkerer, I'm the guy that likes to like mess around with things and make it all come alive. Other people have zero interest in that, right? They're a chiropractor.
Yep. I agree 100%.
Timeline on your
can't tell I'm talking about tech. Sorry, go ahead.
So I got a couple questions. Timeline on your QR code integration for triggers. So we could build in a workflow to that postcard.
Yeah, honestly, I heard Pat say something like, as soon as I get some time, knock it out over the weekend. It's kind of the same thing. I've put all the pre-work done on it, and I just have to, go through some testing on it and that sort of thing. But it wouldn't take me long to knock it out. If somebody was really asking for it, I could probably knock it out.
Are you you creating basically like creating trigger links and a dynamic URL off the QR code?
Yeah, exactly. Or tagging it. So there's any way you get into a workflow, because what we want to do is get it back into the workflow inside a HighLevel to trigger that just-in-time cold call.
Yep.
No, that would be
You
very
gotta
slick.
coin that. You gotta coin that.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to see it with a missed call text back too. So like as a demo that where they would scan the QR code and then just tell them to hang up or call the number and hang up.
You could do that today. Yeah. Like if you
Yeah.
have a phone number, right, and you set it up in that way with all the components HighLevel gives you, there's really no reason why you couldn't make that the demo line.
Yeah, we could do that now, but I'm just saying with the postcards. So we could actually find local businesses and then send it out to them automatically.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh yeah. Well, so now you're talking about a postcard sending platform. That's where we've moved to with this is where I talk. Everybody kind of becomes a snowflake. Like you've got like you're getting into like more bespoke use cases and ideas. And so really what you need is a way to just quickly and easily, send out postcards, which exists today, right? There's a lot of those platforms that are available. But when you can tie it all together end to end, and you could say like, hey, here's the business, I filtered it out. They need reputation management, send them that postcard, whatever. And we're going to put in like their scores and we're going to give them a message talking about this thing. Right now, what you're saying is like, well, we're going to send missed call text back to this particular place. Right. Then you could do that too. Like, what postcard do you want to send this business? Or go build them a website, send that postcards. But the more of that you can put in place where it's templatized, and you go take it from end to end. Here's what outbound messaging is, right? I talk to my team about this all the time. Outbound messaging, when these three things hit, is when magic happens. You get the right message to the right person at the right time. So what am I helping with, right? I'm helping you figure out who the right person is, because you need reputation management. I filtered down and you have a 3 below with 10 reviews. You're doing awful, if we're being honest, right? So now I got to get the right message to you. So that's through whatever message we're putting together. It's speaking to them and it's showing them that, like, I know you have a 3.0 out of 10 reviews. Then we just got to get it to the right person. I might have messed all that up right now. It's been a long day for me, but you get what I'm saying. And at the right time, and the right time is because that one maybe is a little bit harder to do. But if you get those 3 things to hit,
just-in-time cold call.
Yeah, the just-in-time cold call, right? Something like that. So those are the 3 things I'm constantly optimizing for an outbound, right? The right person, the right message, right time. And if I can get 2 out of 3, it still can hit. But if you get 3 out of 3, magic happens.
Impressive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Everybody got quiet because everybody was thinking.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have you back on, Tom.
Yeah,
so.
I love your group.
Yeah.
This is my try. Yeah. No, I love talking about this stuff. My wife, not so much. So
Yeah,
a quiet dinner sometimes, but
all our wives is probably the same way, or husbands, Jenna.
yeah.
Jenna, so you were talking to Sam and he got the 411 when ad publishing was going direct into HighLevel, and he said Q2.
I'd have to see back. That's pretty far back in our messages. I think it was Q2 or Q3, but I'm feeling like the end of Q2 is what he told me.
You can't be happy.
That's going to replace UpHex, you're saying?
I'm assuming that's what they're doing.
Attempt to.
I think it'll probably be a long time before it has like a comparable difference.
Okay.
The typical skateboard method is my
Well,
guess.
the whole Facebook data library of ads, all they got to
Right.
tap is into that API, and then they have a template source already. So really, it's all about just connecting to those platforms, and they already have ad libraries that they can tap into API wise. So UpHex is doing something awesome, and so is Play. But if you know the APIs, they're already there for you, template wise.
Yeah, we'll see what they come out with. Like,
Cool.
I guess one thing I reference it to is like the reputation management section. You would think it'd be a lot further along than it is, but it's not.
There's a lot of stuff though.
Yeah.
Wait, Jenna, do you? Oh, sorry. Do you work at UpHex? I'm trying to remember if I saw your name.
No.
No, okay, sorry. Well, do people use UpHex or Play in here? I had another idea for this too, which I kind of think it's like if you do use these tools, like this would be a home run potentially.
I have,
But
and
Yeah.
UpHex is a little bit difficult and it's not complete if you know ad platforms.
yeah,
Plays
that's
a
the
little
thing.
bit
Idea behind both of those ad platforms is, hey, we're going to give you the route to 10G a month, and it's you go sell a bunch of people that want to run their own ads the easy way. I had a few clients that are like, hey, you need to use this, and they even go to other agencies, and 3 months later they burn out. They're like, yeah, because one thing with UpHex is depending on the niche that you're running ads to, it's like $99 service ads, and nobody's making money on it. If you're a carpet cleaner, they're like, go run a $99 special. Well, I don't need your special platform to do that.
Yeah.
It does make it a little easy. It's a couple less clicks. You can run Facebook lead ads very fast, and it'll tie into your HighLevel CRM. So if you have a client, they can run their own ads and all the automations work. But they after a couple months of spending that money on the ads, they're like, they were crappy leads anyway.
Because you don't have the targeting and stuff that you need to have really with those ads inside those platforms. They're not tapping into those metrics.
Well, that too. I mean, if you're a carpet cleaner, and let's just say you're in Philadelphia, you don't want to go into some houses for $99. No way.
So
my carpet guy doesn't go in. My carpet guy doesn't do anything for less than like 169, something like that. So that's his special.
What's up, Charles?
The biggest misconception with UpHex, Play is a whole nother story, but is it is not meant to replace your media buyer. That is the biggest misconception. It is a supplement to your media buyer. So your media buyer, instead of going into all these different ad accounts, building out these ads, tracking all the analytics, making changes, adapting, and this constant platform, he can now build out, okay, I'm building out an ad set, like this is all my targeting, this is all the creative, the copy and everything, and he can deploy that to 50 accounts and see the overall metrics. So even if the guy is only spending $5 a day, then he's got this other account that's running the same exact ad for $100 a day, he can take those blended metrics to come down to an absolute killer ad that overall it will run 90% of the time. It will run effectively in most account that runs it. It's just a tool for media buyers to be able to get more data and do less work to deploy more ads. But it doesn't replace the media buyer. You still need someone that knows how to design ads, knows how to write copy, knows how to do targeting. They just do it all in UpHex, so that way they can get those blended metrics across 50 or 100 accounts instead of trying to pull all that data back to some kind of custom dashboard and then still have to go into each one. It's a lot easier to manage 50, 100, 150 accounts from UpHex than it is from Meta.
Right. Just the same idea of AI. Like you can run AI all the time, but you have to have a human behind it. It's the same idea.
But I'd love to hear Tom's idea about
yeah, what is it?
He was thinking something there. The gears were turning.
When Charles, like you actually pinpointed me and my misconception. So my whole career, I don't get inbound to anything. Everything's outbound, right? Everything I've ever been doing. So like running ads and all that stuff is just foreign to me. And I'm listening to all this and just realizing how much I actually don't know. But I looked at it the exact same way. And my original thought, which I think falls down now but I'll share it anyway, is somebody else had talked to me about this because somebody had said like, hey, websites don't make money, funnels do. I was like, that makes a lot of sense, right? So like, it's a really great statement. So if you take that statement and you use this AI builder to build somebody a funnel, so even if they already have a website, right? Today I'm hunting down sites that don't have websites and I'm building them one. But what if they already have a website and we're like, hey, leave all that alone. I'm not going to touch that, right? I'm going to build you another one, this funnel, and then sell it as a SaaS. You come through the door and I'm just pitching a funnel that converts on top of the ads and all the copy and stuff that UpHex, provides. And now you just create this like SaaS-based platform that's just straight up like yeah, it's like, just however much you're charging a month for the thing, you're $2.99 or whatever, and then you just tell them every dollar you spend on this thing goes in. We provide you the funnel, but it sort of gives you a lane to stay in, right? Like some of these companies, these local businesses have put a ton of money into their websites already. So for you to come along and try to dismantle all that and give them a chat bot or all these extra things, and it's like they're already vested somewhere else. It's like, look, forget about all that. You keep it. I'm going to create a new lane over here. It comes the whole system all in one, business in a box, your CRM, and a just-in-time cold call, right? Like when somebody fills in a web form, all you have to do is answer your phone. Can you do that? Right? All you have to do is put in how much money you want to spend. I don't take any of that money, right? That's what I'd say to them. And then all you have to do is answer your phone when somebody fills in that web form. Like those are the two things you have to do. Can you do that? That's how I thought about approaching that. I wish I had all the time in the world. I don't, but I think that would be a really interesting system to build from like a SaaS platform, in a way to sell UpHex is just to sell like the funnel, right? And just come up with like really nice funnel designs and just business in a box be done. And it's the same way that they approach, like reputation management. I think it's such a beautiful thing to do because it's very focused. I actually don't even need you to go into HighLevel, right? Which is sort of my approach to it. But I think the way that they built that, that's why I really like that program. And I thought they did a great job with it is because it kind of follows my mindset too in the way I think about it.
Yeah, it's kind of structured. I mean, in a way, looking at it from the ad point of view, they do kind of approach it similar to how you do with the websites and the postcard for your product. They're basically solving the same problem the same way, just in ads. Where you create a media library, and so you have these assets where you can put in whatever merge codes you want. You create them on the fly, and it can apply to any freaking business you want it to. They just fill in the boxes as they're launching the ad. I could see where it would package nicely together to where if you're like, okay, because oftentimes if they do have a website, it's definitely not going to be great for ads. So you're going to have to do something, a landing page or something for that ad to get them straight to the actual call to action and not get them down some discovery rabbit hole. So if there was a way to pass, I wonder if there would be a way to pass the data to UpHex and say, look, we've already gathered this. We've sent them out a postcard with the funnel. And, maybe we want to, now they're signing up. How can we take all this information, pass it to UpHex? And it goes into their AI to generate the copy for the ad that goes along with this same funnel that we already have built and just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There you go. There's your funnel and ad.
Just don't want to. They're just mad because they spent so much money on it and it doesn't do what it's really supposed to do.
What now?
No, people who have websites who don't want to get rid of them.
Oh, well, yeah, there's a lot more to that, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to get rid of mine if I mean, average price for a small business for a website is 10 grand plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money to just say, you know what, it's not working. Let's just throw it away. You'll spend another 10 grand just trying to get the thing to work before you spend 10 grand to throw it in the trash can and start over from the beginning. Because the part that you don't see is the months that went into developing that website and back and forth conversations and God. It's
that's what I'm saying. The all the time spent, the money spent, and that's the reason
that's why they hold on to them.
So difficult, that they hold on to it.
I don't blame them. I'd do the same thing. Not saying it's right, but I would do the same thing. It's a lot of money, a lot of time. It's hard to let go of stuff like that. It's difficult.
Yeah,
folks. No, but that's an interesting approach, Tom.
Yeah, Tom is on to something.
I like the postcards.
I think it'd be an interesting way of doing it, but I don't know enough about ads and UpHex and all that stuff, and I just don't have enough time to like actually do all that. But
focus on GMB optimization and focus on reviews is the next step, because what you'll see is that the vast majority of people have, or like us, like as agencies, most people have websites. I built my own CRM. I use the same data that you're using, and when I look at it, maybe 10% or 5% will not have a website. Then the question I'm going to ask myself, it's 2024. why do you not have a website? Are you actually a really good lead for an agency? And 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're going to be good for a very low price website. It's a low ticket client. I personally don't want a low ticket client, but if you did something that would actually, I could focus on someone who has to work on their reputation, needs to build more reviews. That's something I can sell them a $200 a month platform and it's going to stick. So my advice to you is start focusing not so much on the website play, focusing on the review play. Because there's way more data there for us as agencies to send out more postcards.
Well, I'd disagree a little bit because I've chatted with a few of the contractors out there that they don't have a website or a GMB, but they're on Thumbtack and Angie's List, and like they don't know any better, but they're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. The response is, I don't need a website.
They could be way busier and they could be way better. So I was like, I don't know. I mean, you could probably sell those guys because they do want to grow, but they're like, well, I don't know. I'm on here and I'm doing pretty good. So, you know, that sort of thing.
So, but I understand your credit system. So every time you pull, right, I give you $99. I get 1,000 leads, right? And you're hitting each page gives you 20 leads. Each of those leads are a credit, correct?
Yeah.
So when I go and filter on those for has claimed their page, has a 4-star or less, and has only say less than 25 reviews, I'm going to get more leads that I can send postcards to than people who don't have websites any day of the week. You follow me? So if I want to,
yeah, but that's also why I created the other part of the platform. Like that's exactly why I created it. So there is a way to where you can just search for businesses that don't use any credits, and it will only come back. But you're right; it's about 10 to 15%, 10 to 20% of businesses in a search on a local business. It'll pull back and it'll say that they don't have a website. What does that mean? It means it's just the website field is empty.
Mm-hmm.
That's today. And I hear you. I understand. Hey, like we have to question why they're not on there. It could be a new business. It could be, you know, kind of like what Pat talked about. They just don't know how to get on there. It could be that they don't even know how to get a website done or who to call or how to approach it. Or maybe they're scared about a $10,000 project, right? But the bigger thing and the opportunity at hand that's going to be coming down the pipe really soon is that the people that did have Google Business Profile websites that were free, March 5th, they just shut them off. Currently, they're being redirected to their if you were to go to that URL, it's going to go to their Google Business Profile. I think it's like June, it's just going to be empty. So that slot, right, that I'm searching for to try to find and hunt down, you know, there should be more of those out there in the world. And those were people that did have a website that just don't anymore. So, but I hear you, like, and like, I agree. And it's like, if you're not hunting down like small ticket stuff and listen, maybe it's just not the thing, but there is another thing that you are interested in, which is the reputation management stuff. Could absolutely filter those things down and get postcards out for that too. So,
but
there's
what I
different
like,
pieces and parts of the product, depending on how you like it.
No, here's what I say. I love what you did. I love the personalization of the postcard. If we could what I could see you say is start focusing on the reputation side of this thing, right? And to your play, I don't plan on using that for myself because I'm in the court of Charles. I just want a SaaS. But for you and for the agency space, I would say, yeah, if I was to do that, pull back 100 leads, and I was looking for websites, maybe 10 would be, you know, they wouldn't have a website.
Yeah.
But I could probably find 25 to 30 to 40 to 50 leads that could probably use reputation management.
Yeah, you're getting more out of your credits that way.
I'm getting more out of my credits.
Yeah.
Or you're not using, Steven, if you only want to do the postcards, you're not using any of your credits, from what I understand.
Right. That's correct.
So you're only sending it out to the people you're looking for with the postcards.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I'm paying, I get
$99 a month. I'm spending $99 a month anyways. So,
correct, but you could use those leads for something else besides the postcards. So look at them separate. So you have 1,000 leads of mixed, but you have whatever you want per postcard at $2 a lead. Exact mailing.
Yeah.
If you had this set up for rep management, I would sign up right now to try it out because I hate building websites and I'm never doing that again. It's just a lot of back and forth with people that don't know what they're doing with local business owners when they want to finalize their website and change things that don't make sense at all. So it's the most annoying thing to go back and forth on. So like me personally,
we just told them how it was. That's how we
The other thing is you could still sell them just go sell them go high level and let them make their own website. It's simple enough. It's just a template. So if you're looking for someone quick, you can still sell it as a SaaS. Here's a low ticket website. You just build it yourself. Here's a template.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying you can't sell it and you can't sell websites. I'm just saying from my point of view, just from listening for the last 30 minutes, that if you had this same system, but you just had these postcards for rep management and we can customize them with our own messaging and split test things, then I would sign up right away to try it out and start sending postcards today for rep management, because I'm more interested in selling rep management, because once I have a business set up, I have people on my rep management, which is my full SaaS, for months already, and I don't talk to them. The last one I talked to was probably 3-4 months ago, and he's been paying me every month $300 a month for 7-8 months, and I don't talk to these guys, and they love it. So I'm more interested in selling something that I plug someone in and then I forget about them.
Yeah, the lead into SaaS through rep management might be a little easier than somebody who doesn't have a website. If they don't have a website or they have one of them Google sites, there's probably some other issues.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even leave them into SaaS.
Right now,
I just leave them at rep management for $297 a month, and that is my SaaS.
Yeah, you can do it that way too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have to have a website to. I don't think the client needs a website to do rep management for them. I don't think one necessarily has anything to do with the other.
No, and I will agree with that too, because a lot of people that aren't on GMB and don't have GMBs, they get a lot of work through Nextdoor, the other one, Thumbtack, I think, and all the other ones.
Thumbtack,
I've met multiple local business owners that don't have a GMB, don't even know what a GMB is, when I was trying to sell them rep management, and they are busy for like 3 or 4 weeks out consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the guy that did the fence for my neighbor. I went over and talked to him, and he's like, we just get on Angie's List, Thumbtack. We're busy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends on your
imagine
market.
how much busier they could be with the GMB.
Yeah, but some of them don't want to be that
They
busy.
don't. Yeah,
they don't want the business.
Can't handle it. They
I
don't
mean,
have
like,
the
if you went
turnover
to-
for their team and all that. It's a lot.
Well, it's not just that. Like if you went like in my market, I mean,
what is your market?
Between a cow,
You're everywhere.
between a
You're
between a
everywhere.
cow pasture and a cornfield.
DIY, do it
Yeah,
yourself.
that's what I'm saying. You're everywhere.
So, like in Middle Tennessee, in rural America, they don't need that crap because guess what? Everybody knows the same damn plumber. He doesn't need more work because he doesn't want to work anymore. He's actually trying to retire in the next 5 years. He doesn't need. He's got more work than he could ever ask for. And so when you're in rural areas, it's a really hard card to play. They don't need websites because most of the people here still have house phones. They may not ever use them except for when the power goes out, but I mean that's just kind of the market area.
Now this is completely, but it just made me think of this. I was driving through an old neighborhood near the Philadelphia airport last week, and it's a guy who's got a garage and he's been there, I don't know, 50 years, and it's the same guy. He's been there for 50 years, and the side of his building is painted like the name of the business, like paintbrush painted. It's not even like looks good, but it's a 7-digit phone number. And he repainted it the other day with like no area code, and I was just like, people are still doing. I was surprised he didn't put the letters in front, but I was like, people are still doing this anyway. Sorry, I just had to like. I drove around thinking about that for 20 minutes. Like, what is he thinking?
Yeah, I mean, you run into that. I mean, still, like, if anything broke in my house, I know exactly who to call, and it's, there's choices, but I mean, we all know who's good and who's bad. We don't need a damn review system to tell us that. The gossip town will take care of that real quick.
Well, fortunately for the rest of us, there's plenty of people on Google with shitty reputations that we can go say, hey, look, you suck.
True. But I think Tom's platform right now is ready for that.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that's just your postcard. You just send them out to the postcard. Those searches are. What I love is what Dwayne said.
Well,
the first thing that I thought of when Dwayne was like, hey, those are all free, and then you still got 1,000. So in sales and commission sales, they always say it doesn't matter what your pay plan is. It doesn't matter what your commission rate, doesn't matter what your flats are, anything like that. None of that matters. Doesn't matter what the bonus structure is. Just work your pay plan. That's it. Work your pay plan. Dwayne's like, okay, $99 a month. I get 1,000 credits. And you're telling me I can search for a bunch of businesses to send postcards to? I don't have to pay for those searches. I just have to pay for the postcard. All right. I already see how I'm going to use this system. It's work to pay plan. It's the same concept. Hey, you get 1,000 credits, $99, $2 a card, and bada bing, you get a website and a card to them for $2.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty slick deal.
Yeah, that's really that's
Cheap like a bird cheap.
That's what I'm saying. If you had this for rep management set up now, I'd sign up right now and start sending right away. Well, I mean, I guess you could use it for that, but I mean, sending out the postcards at the website is just a little different.
I think at this point, what you do is, if you're really interested, is you pay the $99, see what kind of, see how good the 1,000 leads are. Because one of the things that I've noticed with a lot, and I don't know if this is with yours, but if it's a service area business and their address isn't listed on Google, a lot of these scrapers don't include those. So if they don't have a physical address, and I've seen some others that do, so that becomes an issue, because a lot of service area businesses for like contractors and whatnot are working, unfortunately, out of their house. So you don't get some of those, but I still think it's a pretty good, it's definitely worthy of a test.
Well, and here's like even scraping it, taking it down all the way to its base, like the most basic part of it, the search for data. It's $99 for 1,000. Okay, let's think about there are competitors in the market. I mean, it is what it is. White Label Suite is a competitor. White Label Suite is not $99. I can promise you that. And so this is definitely cheaper. So even if you're just using it to scrape leads, push to the CRM, which triggers an automation.
That's what I do with my stuff.
I mean,
I think if you're just using it to scrape leads, I wouldn't use any of these, not White Label Suites either. You could use Outscraper if you're doing local service businesses or local businesses or anything on Google Maps.
They all use the same data.
Yeah, it's so easy.
There's nothing
and it's a lot cheaper. I mean, your price per lead is way cheaper.
Yeah, I think Outscraper is one-time pay.
Yeah, I mean, I use Outscraper. I mean, almost every day. I have so many different lead lists from there, and you get amazing data, and you can pull these into like a smart lead or instantly or whatever your cold email outreach tool is, which is what I use. And you just pull the amount of reviews they have. You customize their city. You use spin text and stuff, and you get a lot of very interested people with the right cold email or outreach. So if you're trying to just scrape leads, I would go for something cheaper that you can get a lot more data than 20 or 40 at a time. I can scrape 10,000 leads at a time.
Yeah.
Now, what I would be interested in is that postcards. Sending postcards automatically. I'll pay $99 a month for that.
There you go. Sign up.
Yeah.
Links in the chat.
Yeah, links in the chat.
But I'm not interested in sending postcards or websites. I don't want to touch websites.
There you go.
No, it's all good. It's been awesome feedback to hear, and even just a dialogue and being a fly on the wall for this conversation. But Nathan, I hear you. I think there's a lot of smart people that can scrape data, and there's different places you can get it from. And so what I always tell people is I don't think the value I'm selling is actually the data. I think that's a commodity. But I think what I talk about is I hand you all the data in the world, and unless you're going to action that data, it's worthless. Now you've got a system down. I'm actually so instantly in my normal day job, I've got 75 domain names and like 300. So I got a throughput of about 5,000 cold emails a day that I've built the system out from scratch and instantly. So totally get the cold email game too.
Yeah, I got 55 domains with like 3 accounts on each one going all day on Smart Lead.
Isn't it funny when you get in this conversation, like, I got 75, how many you got? You know, it's like, it takes forever to get these things running, and you're warming them and you're trying,
it does.
Yeah. So, but listen, I'm with you on all that. And I think there's people like us that can do that. But when you don't action the data and you don't go through that whole process, which is a ton of work to get all that done and to stand all that up, then it's worthless. So yes, you want to compile spreadsheets and CSV files and use all these different vendors. That's, I'm kind of doing a very similar thing. I'm just putting a UI on it all. My hope is where I am providing value is I just showed you a way that you could build a cold call list if you wanted to. You can get the emails. We can send an email campaign. We can build them a website in a matter of a click, and you can send them a direct mail piece. So the direct mail pieces I'm working on. So I hear loud and clear that for like the reputation management stuff, we can get that filtered down and then have postcards go out with real dynamic tags showing you what your review is, how many reviews it would take to get to a 5, whatever you want to do. We can definitely build something like that. And it wouldn't take me long because I've already done all the legwork on everything else. But loud and clear, I'll definitely, work on that part of it. And the idea here isn't so much the data. It actually has almost nothing to do with the data because the data is available, but it's like, what are you going to do with that data? How are you going to use it? How's that going to turn into like some sort of ROI for you? Yeah, and so the 1,000 at 10 cents a credit, right? In some places I've heard people say it's incredibly cheap. Other people I hear like yourself that's getting it in different ways and able to compile it, they're like, well, that feels really expensive. But it really has nothing to do with the data. It has everything to do with like, how many clicks am I saving you? How fast am I getting that thing out the door? How am I tracking it for you? How are you getting ROI out of it? And that's the service that I believe the software I built is actually providing.
From an end user standpoint, like a sub account, I mean, good Lord, I would never, it's a struggle to get them to sometimes use a CRM and you expect them to go use an Excel sheet on top of their CRM. Forget that. They ain't going to do it. But if they say, hey, within 4 clicks, I can send postcards to people, I'm down.
And that's where I think you need to focus on is the sub account.
Right. It's time or money. Where do you have more time or do you got more money?
Yeah.
Tom, focus on the sub account because a lot of these sub accounts are small business owners like a carpet cleaner that would send out postcards if it could make it stupid simple.
Yeah.
And keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. That's where you know what I'm saying, right, Charles?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think your business is great. And I think the pricing for what you're offering, not the price per lead for what you're actually offering with the website and everything is amazing. Like if I was selling websites, I would hop on this right now and start using it. If that's
absolutely
what my offer was. But all I'm trying to say is that if you open it to people selling other types of services, like I am not interested in selling websites, you'll just have more types of agencies that are interested in hopping on it. Like what you built in the demo, I watched your whole demo. It's a really awesome system, honestly. The postcards is where I really am interested in more than anything. So for me, the value in it would be no problem, $100 a month and $100 for 1,000 credits. I'll pay that as long as I can send postcards that are related to rep management, and that's all I would care about. That's where I see the value from what you built.
Yeah, I appreciate the feedback, Nathan. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I heard it, like they're going to be built. Will happen. Yeah.
You glad you showed up?
Yeah, I kind of did it on a whim. I just happened to see it pop. Good.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I don't know how much exposure he's gotten to his app, but it's like I'm just curious to know, and I don't need an answer, but it's like, more people will probably say something similar to what Nathan is saying, Just saying. Get more people to see your thing and you'll get more feedback.
Yeah.
I just think it's very targeted to, at least with the postcards, which is what I see the potential, because there's other systems like this or kind of similar, but where I see that you're very different than everybody else is those automated postcards, but it's just targeted to agencies that want to build websites.
I don't agree with that because
sell websites.
I would send that, and
guys, we can go back and forth whether it's for a
services,
postcard or a review. You gotta just get your hands in it and play around with it.
Yeah, because last thing I want to do is build a freaking website. Trust me that I don't want to do any freaking work. But I would still send that out with the website because it's built off a HighLevel template. I'm going to build all the templates off of HighLevel templates. Awesome. You want that website? Great. Go ahead and sign up here. Our onboarding team will get you set up and show you where the template library is. Guess what? This one is in the template library.
Yeah. I see
don't
what
have
you
to
mean,
build
but
crap for them. That's a self-mind block.
It's because
that
you're
is not
selling
a
Go
problem.
HighLevel as a SaaS. It's a full SaaS, and you have the support for people to log in and stuff. I don't let my clients touch Go HighLevel. They don't have a login. They don't have anything. We're just doing two different things.
So what if I said you could? What if I said you send out that postcard, and they say, "Awesome, I'd love the reputation, and I want the website to go along with it. I see it, I value it. Great, let's get it." If you could sign them up, not have to touch the website, but still get paid for the website, you wouldn't do it?
Well, most of the people I go after already have websites because one of my rep management things that I sell them is actually the review showcasing that's on their website. So most local businesses don't show their testimonials on their website, at least verified ones from their Google business. So I actually use that as part of my selling point. So I don't go after businesses necessarily that don't have website. It's very rare that I find a business that I actually do outreach to or sign up that doesn't have a website. Most of the businesses that I work with, actually all the businesses that I work with right now already had websites.
Yeah.
But now if they already have, Tom, if they already have a website, is there a way to pull their website onto that postcard? Like showing their current website?
I would say there's a way to. I'm curious where you're going with it.
That would be amazing.
Well,
I actually already do what Charles is going with this. I kind of do this with some of my outreach with someone that's interested, and I send them like a Loom video or whatever. I use a different software, but not Loom. And then I'll in the email when they're interested, I can screenshot their website and put that in there as the video. So I think that's.
I was
where he's
just
going
thinking
with
it's just to, like Nathan's point, he doesn't want to show them a different website because they already have one, and he doesn't want to get into that website game or even conversation other than
personalizing the outreach.
Correct. It's saying, hey, here's your current website. Like, I'm not trying to change your website. Here is your website. I'm just look at what I could add to your website.
Yeah. It just shows them that I took a second to look at their business. And that's actually part of my outreach method, as well as like pulling their Google reviews and then putting that automatically into my outreach emails, as well as the city they're in. I use a lot of personalized touches that are all automated because I don't do one by one. Obviously, I'll upload it to Smartlead and it does it for me for 10,000 leads at a time. But I use their city and I use the amount of reviews they currently have on their GMB to let them know that, hey, I took a second out of my day to look at your business. I know how many reviews you have. I know what city you're in. This is how I can help you. And then adding a personal touch, like he's saying, where you can actually have a screenshot of their website saying, hey, I looked at your website as well. It just helps you personalize the outreach. So it doesn't seem like you're just, spamming a bunch of businesses, which you are doing.
See, and that's what we were doing with Chat HQ is we were building we were overlaying the chat widget on their website. So basically we would scrape their website before a sales call. And then that email, we would update a custom value. We would use a custom value to formulate a trigger link. And then we would send them that trigger link and it showed their website with the chat widget on it. So it's like, hey, we actually went out, hacked your website and put our chat widget on it. How do you like that? But it personalized it for them. They're like, okay, this isn't just some demo site. This is my freaking website. And I relate it to, like, even though this would be much nicer, the horrible realtor postcards that we all get. Hey, you want to sell your house? With a crappy photo on it and very generic wording on the other side of the card. This is just a much nicer mousetrap for what he's wanting to do for reputation management. If there's a way to pull in, if they have a website URL on their GMB, be able to pull that in for the postcard off of the Google business listing instead of the generated website.
It's all possible. It's just some really interesting ideas, though, right? I'd want to tease that out a little bit further, but no, you can. It's like I've already built all to do that. It's just repurposing it. But it's totally doable.
If you can get that done by tomorrow, that'd be great.
No problem. Yeah, I was thinking tonight, actually.
Oh, that was.
I tell you what, just go ahead and create an Amazon wish list full of Red Bull, and we'll just buy some Red Bull, and you can just go to town. Start coding.
And maybe a little bit of Jägermeister a little bit later with the Red Bull.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had a Jaeger and Red Bull, but yeah. No, I love all the ideas. I love the dialogue, and the feedback. Yeah, it's all been really, really helpful. Definitely have some more ideas for all that stuff, though. But the reputation management piece is for sure, I think, something that I saw the value in just watching what Pat built, and that's how I ended up here. But I could see that being tied in.
Until Tom
I
has
actually
the rep
found you like
management.
months ago on the marketplace, and I've been watching what you've been doing. So it's interesting to find you in one of these groups.
I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, thanks for checking it out.
until Tom has the rep management piece, scrape the leads and then send them a card. Pretty simple.
I was actually gonna say that if there's a way to actually put a card that's not activated, just one card in each postcard, that like you would have so many leads from that and people interested. I would throw a 40-cent card in every postcard.
Yeah, Nathan, I'm sending cards to new contacts on Alignable. So
I actually signed up to Alignable. I haven't really played around with it too much, but I'm trying to figure out how that whole thing works. I was looking at like a local like commerce, like the city commerce here and like the areas I live in to see if that's got anything for me to do with, but I don't know if I'm gonna waste my time with it or not.
Yeah,
So the cards are like NFC based, right?
The Chamber of Commerce is what?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The cards for what you're doing.
They're NFC and QR.
Yeah. You need to like diversify and make maybe just business cards and those QR codes so you could sell both.
Rep management. That's it.
Yeah, just one thing.
That's it.
It works really well.
Yep.
Well, the business card with that QR code is rep management.
Yeah, but this is
if they want business cards, they could get business cards.
Yep. Yeah, Amazon's got all kinds of custom business cards, or you can get them on
Canva. You could just get them on Canva.
Yeah, that's
you can get them anywhere now.
Yeah.
Pat, you got decent success with sending letters, like physical letters with this card, or more success?
I've got a few people that have responded to letters. I even posted. I did like a very basic post. I just took a picture of the cards and posted it in the like a couple of the local business groups, and I had some people message me and go, "Oh yeah, I really want that card." Like I found a guy that does like commercial sanitation, and he wants it. You know, he asked for a card, and then he said, "Oh yeah, by the way, like I looked at your website, and you do all kinds of stuff. Can we get together and do lunch?" I'm like, "Sure, absolutely." So, we've got some leads coming in that way as well. So they're coming in. But the Alignable is pretty easy because Alignable will always tell you like, hey, you've got a brand new business to meet. And so I look them up, see if they've got, G&B. And so then I can grab all their info, stuff them in my CRM, drop a card in the mail with a real quick welcome letter saying, hey, welcome to Alignable. And, here's a free gift from me. And, let's connect. So works well.
Are you just mass printing those like the cards that you throw in there? Not the actual NFC cards, but like your notes, the welcome notes that you put in there. Are they just like on a piece of paper printed? Or are you handwriting them?
Yeah, no, it's just I'm just doing a mail merge, and it's a Google Doc that I've got ready to go.
So I've had a lot of success with like handwritten notes, and I don't write them myself. My handwriting is awful. Plus, I don't want to write like 500 of them. So there's actually services that are really cheap that they like a robot will handwrite the thing for you and customize and everything. So I've been using something like that. That's been working well because they think I handwrite it.
I used to use handwritten, and it was.
I think that's what I'm using.
Well, and so I went with them. There was a couple others that I talked to, and the reason I went with them is because you actually get an account manager that will actually make sure whatever sequence you want set up is set up, and so all you have to do is just push them whatever data needs to be printed in the card, like any merge fields, like, hey, I noticed you live in whatever city. You just have to push that in and then name and address, and that's it. They do everything. You set it all up on their side, like, hey, here's my card. This is the card front I want. This is the style card I want. This is the font, handwritten style that I want, and here's my signature. And it's just push them data all day long, and they will send out your cards all day long.
Yeah, I've been using handwrite.io. I think I found it a little cheaper, and I think they do all the same stuff. Or it might be the same one, too.
Same one.
Yeah. Yep, same one. Okay.
Great company.
Yeah.
And they're...
It's getting late for me, guys.
Yeah.
Now, if they would just send out the review cards with it.
You can't do that. If you send them it, they'll send it out with it.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Because
they'll package anything that you want, pretty much.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They'll do gift sets and everything.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You just have to send it to them before, and they have to approve it, just so they aren't legally
Postage
responsible
and
for anything
all
that's
that.
funky on it. So once it's approved, it is good to go.
Oh, you know, I can 3D print a pen attachment for my 3D printer, and then I can have it create its own letters, and then I don't have a problem.
I'll just have you send out my cards then.
Dude, I only got like a small. I just have a small printer. No, I don't have a printer farm.
My 13-year-old for his birthday, he got a 3D printer.
Oh, what do you get?
We just got him a toy box. Toy box brand, so it's all
Come on,
encased.
Charles. You gotta go serious. Get like the Creality series.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Not until I know he's going to stick with it for a while, and he.
And you know what kind of
tear
stuff?
the living hell
I
out of
can't
it.
say the stuff I'm printing with it because I'll get
Yeah.
people shut me down.
He's 13. But he's loving it.
ATF
So
might show up as well.
he's already making money. Doing
Nice.
it. So he's selling. He's poop
Doing the
emoji
empty
pencil caps and all sorts of stupid stuff.
Oh, cool.
You know that middle schoolers want. So
okay.
you know he's selling it all this stuff at middle school to teachers and students. It's like, what do you want? I'll make it.
Nice.
It's got $100.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So.
Well, when you're serious, go hit a micro center near you and go shopping.
Yeah, we've got a good family friend that has several of them as he's upgraded through the years. So that'll be the next thing that.
Yep.
You know, come Christmas or next birthday, then
there's
like
so-
okay, now you're
so
getting
many
into the next level. Now you can start.
If he hasn't
printing
found it
bigger
yet,
stuff.
go to printables.com.
Yep,
and
he's already found it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yep.
Hid in a candy store.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I found a like speak like off in the 3D print world. I found like a little gyroscope robot that's got like you fire it up with a pull string, but you load the flywheel up with pennies and it's like a walking robot. So you like zing and it just walks across the table.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool to print.
That's so, and he learned. He got frustrated with it at first because he just
Takes a while to tune it up.
It does. I mean, we got it pretty well tuned in, but then it's a toy box. I mean, it's a $300-400 3D printer. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
It's not the cheapest, but it's not the most
there you go.
expensive.
That's what he needs to print.
And yeah, but we got to where he was just printing at normal speed or on fast speed.
Yeah.
And it was just all over the place. And so now he's figured out that he can slow it down. He can have it, you know, go slower to print in higher quality. And
oh, for sure. Yeah.
He's learning all the little tricks.
Patience
with it.
is key.
And that's when he's got to sit there 4.5 hours waiting for one little thing to print. You know, for a 13-year-old, that's a hell of a long time.
That is a long time.
So he's like, oh, I'm gonna click, but he's got the mobile app. Let me tell you, this little ding dong, he was over at his mom's and he calls me. He's like, hey, can you go check the printer? I'm like, for what? I go down and it's printing. I'm like, you little. Listen, I am not going to be your pull it off the plate, replace the, filament and like reset it for your next. We're not doing this. If you're
Did
not
you pull
here,
it
you're
off
not,
the plate?
No, I
Hey,
didn't.
don't you have a VA service, Charles?
My house. My house.
Yeah, somebody just show up in your house. Ding, I'm checking.
Yeah, we got to get the kid off the meeting because apparently the kid can get Charles to get out of the chair.
My cleaner, she only comes once a week, so
Is she an affiliate?
Well, now we're veering off into 3D prints, and that could go way like
10 o'clock. This is what always happens in this meeting.
Yep. Yeah, Charles, you want to go see? Yeah, you'll want to go see Odyssey is the website when you start getting serious about prints. There's some great stuff there. So
we'll see. I'm just letting him explore.
Charles,
that's his world.
There's a
I'm
YouTube channel called PSR. Look up PSR on YouTube, and you will enjoy yourself. So I'm pretty sure you like that sort of thing. But
what kind of thing are we talking about here?
I think
are we talking about the same thing, 3D printing, or are we talking about
3D printing?
Hey, let's talk about that app you're building.
It's you know what?
Just quick question.
If I get off this call, Dan,
when you actually have that up and running, will we be able to program cards on the fly like Dwayne?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it so that you can have a form where you could put in like I want to redirect you to this link and here's the card ID, or you could actually look it up like, hey, here's the fill in the business information, and it'll then you can load it, and then also probably have some kind of a bulk, like if you have 10 cards at the same time, you could type them all in there and then code them all to this link and have it do that. So I'll have several options, or and it'll basically, each one will check to see if it exists. If it exists, it'll update it. If it doesn't exist, it creates it, that sort of thing.
All right, let me ask you one other question. I'm just thinking ahead. If I'm trying to do it on the fly and I'm on like an iPhone or an iPad, and how would you guys go about finding the review link? Is there an extension for a phone or an iPad?
His software already does it, so it's already pulling in.
Yeah, but what if they like don't have? So it'll be in the form with the app.
So it'd be in your main account, wherever it is. So just
Okay.
have it save it to, a field, and then you're just pulling that field in. So it's the same field every time for that card. You can't program it permanently for them. They still have to activate it. Like, I'm giving them a different card, not the one I just tested with.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to have a test card that I can just roll around and keep switching
Correct.
it up.
Just the way I have it right now. It works
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Cool.
You're just writing the ID to that custom field, so it populates.
Correct. Their Google Business ID is populating that field
Populating that field
on
So
that
he's
website.
So he's going
On
and
that-
filling
yeah,
out
on
the
that one
form,
card.
and on that one card, puts the new places ID in there, and then voila. Woo. Cool. That's really smart, by the way, Dwayne.
Yep.
And then the other thing I'm doing, instead of going to the sign up page, like if they give them a card and they're going to go activate it,
Mhm.
it actually goes to a menu link that they have 3 options. So they could actually schedule a call with me, book a time with me, and then I have at the bottom, activate. It takes 24 hours to activate. So I wanted them to do it faster to activate the cards as they have in their hand. So I have an option to get on the phone with me right now. And then I could talk to them and sell them more services or find out what they're looking for. Instead of this, I can show you what it looks like too. Instead of them just filling out the form and waiting for it to go active. I'm saying, hey, do it now, get an appointment, or it'll take 24 hours and we could activate it later. Do it yourself.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But definitely have to hit you up. I'll message you tomorrow, Dwayne, and see if you can walk me through it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep, cool.
It's really
All right.
easy. Like I said, once you had that link, the website stays the same. It just changes where it goes to every time. It just points to a new place, but your website on the card is stagnant.
Yeah. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, we've been 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I think that's almost a record. Let's save some for next week. We'll see everybody later, and yeah, get out there and crush some more GHL.
Later.
All right,
Sounds
see you
good.
guys
Appreciate
later.
it.
Everyone.
Take
Hey,
care,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Great to meet you, Tom.